through the heel side of the tunnel. He walks the babyface. I'm not a big fan of those tunnels, or at least to separate those tunnels myself. But I know you are, so I figured, okay, he's on. Cam likes that. Honestly, it was smart idea to do that. Honestly, it was.
So, okay, you don't like it because they basically go back to the same place, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
That's the way I feel about it. I just think you should walk back to the same. That's me, my feeling of it. I know your point, and I understand your point. I just not a fan of it at all.
Right.
But
right.
I think I disagree with you on that part. But I thought it was smart booking. If they're going to utilize those with those tunnels, which is fine for what to their liking. But I think a smart booking the way he decided. I'm not going to walk down the heel tunnel. I'm going to walk down the face tunnel. It was a good way to turn around. I thought it was great booking. Great idea. That's what I was getting at. But I just can't. I personally don't like the separation.
Yeah, well, it's okay. So you kind of pointed this out, why they utilize it in the unique utilization in this presence. I like the fact that they can use small details like that. Like, he's no longer walking down the heel side; he's walking the face side. And they did that with the Bucks too. Instead of walking down the face side, they went in the heel side. Those little subtle details make up a broader, like, I don't want to say storytelling, but more of a display and hints of what's going on. Kind of like in movies when someone does something bad. And the character didn't smoke throughout the whole movie. But at that point, he pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking a cigarette. Like, oh, I'll get you. You're a bad guy now. I hear you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. That was a small detail. I saw. Okay, Cam likes that. I actually like that idea since they are utilizing the separation tunnels. That's what I just don't like the idea of it. I don't agree with you, and that's just how I feel about those tunnels. But since they are using them, that was a good idea. So. As far as I just don't know what they're going to do for their future, but eventually I'm sure we'll see Jericho and Guevara match somewhere along down the line. But I'm interested in seeing he walked out on Dynamite and he needs a break, so somewhere along down the line we're going to see him back eventually. But for some turning down a storyline angle, being in his position and down with AEW, I think it'll be fine. As far as anybody else getting upset with them, that's their problem. You're not gonna, especially if it's true that it was with Decay, which I still don't understand that one, but whatever. Whatever the case may be, move on. But it is what it is.
What I would like to see happen, and this is how to write Sammy back in, because they kind of pulled something like this before. Down the line, after he's off TV for a while, like, let's say it's Jericho, Dr. Luther, and Serpentico versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt. When Serpentico gets tagged in, he starts beating the hell out of Jericho, pulls off his mask, it's Sammy Guevara. Then they start their program against each other. That's how I would write Sammy back in.
Well, hey, that works. And so be it.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, that's how I'd bring him back, because I think when he comes back, he is going to feud with Jericho. I think he's going to feud with MJF and Jericho.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That will definitely happen there. It's just a matter of time and take time off and everything, and sell the angle and everything. Absolutely. Far between. Come back.
Yeah, no, not like rushing him back, but I think that'd be the best way to reintroduce him.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally go along with that.
Sammy is a good talent. I do not like the fact that he's been having some drama related. One, the thing he said about Sasha Banks in the past, but as well as the whole thing with Impact and AEW. I don't like the fact that that's affecting him, because in my opinion, he's a really, really good talent. I think he's kind of like the second coming of Guerrero, in the sense that you have this cocky rule breaker heel, and it works for him.
I agree with a lot of people. He looks like he has that same similarity to a young Eddie Guerrero and that side. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not trying to compare, but that's just the comparison that's being used, and he has a bright future ahead of him. Absolutely. So, yeah.
But he needs to stop having the drama following him.
Yeah, that's That's the problem. When you have that drop on, a lot of people have a problem with. Well, that's his personal life. I'm like, it involves your company, when it involves your career, you got to deal with that kind of situation. You don't have a whole lot of personal life when you're in the public eye, especially. You don't. So it's I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of privacy, but when you're involved in saying things and shouldn't say and involved in backstage issues, it follows you. So
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, and it's happened to other wrestlers in the past that's kind of caught up to them and
oh yeah,
their careers, and it's just one of those things you kind of don't want to see happening.
let's turn the table to the chamber, or do you want to keep on?
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good with the chamber. So, okay, chamber goes on at 7:00. Well, 6:00 at night, or at night if you count the pre-show, which they did have a match on the pre-show. And this was a match between John Morrison, Elias, Mustafa Ali, and Ricochet to join the triple threat match for the United States Championship, because I guess Keith Lee got hurt on
I didn't
Raw.
even know that till later on in the evening. I'm like, I was wondering what happened to Keith Lee, but he got injured doing something. That I guess the storyline was that last year injured him, but I'm not sure what the details are. But yeah.
Yeah,
I was curious why you were telling me earlier in the evening, like they have a pre-show match with these guys. I'm like, for what?
Right, exactly. And it wasn't a bad match. Morrison ended up winning after pinning Elias. So it wasn't a bad match at all. Then of course that plays into stuff later. Then okay, I didn't really like positionings on the card, because I kind of feel like some stuff was misplaced, but that's just me. The first Elimination Chamber match was Daniel Bryan, Jey Uso, Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro. In this match, Daniel Bryan won. Okay, cool. I don't think he should have won. In my opinion, because this chamber match was to face Roman Reigns later in the night for the Universal Champion.
Well, Paul Heyman did say on SmackDown it was supposed to be on the spot. So when they said, "Oh, the winner gets a title match tonight," I'm like, "Well, it's gonna be on the spot, like right afterwards." So that's why I was like, that was weird commentating on that part. But yeah, I agree that I like Bryan, great talent and everything, but honestly, I was like thinking probably Cesaro was gonna probably take that match.
I thought so too. I really thought so.
Yeah, I figured KO. I didn't think he was gonna get eliminated as soon as he did, but I figured they weren't gonna outdo KO and Reigns right now. They might have. Oh, they're not gonna have any more match. So I don't know what's gonna happen in time. I'm thinking that we'll probably see something with him and Jay, so maybe. But anyways, with Cesaro, I thought he was gonna win the match and at least get his title shot. What was that gonna hurt? Especially if you're gonna have 2-3 minute match, however long it was.
Yeah, it was a minute. It was actually a minute and a half. But yeah.
I just thought it would be better to have Cesaro take that spot to give him a little bit of a push.
Right, and I thought Cesaro or Owens would probably been a better storyline, in my opinion, to have him win. King Corbin was the first one eliminated. Sami Zayn was eliminated, which it was kind of funny because when his buzzer went off, he didn't want to get out of the pod. So when the guy, I can't remember who grabbed him, but when they went to go grab him, he goes, "Can you get him out of my pod?" Like,
yeah,
like 9. Like, he had that happen. He gets eliminated by Owens. Owens gets eliminated by Uso. Uso then eliminates Cesaro. It's like, okay, why? And then Uso gets eliminated by Bryan. And the story that they told in this one was the fact that Bryan's knee kept getting hurt throughout the match. But this would have been a perfect opportunity to thrust Cesaro into a Universal Championship spot, and they did not take advantage of it.
Nope. That made no sense.
It made zero.
It had nothing to do with any negativity towards at least what we're saying to Daniel Bryan. But at his stage of his career and where he's been doing, I just it would make better sense for Cesaro to have that spot. So
here's how I would have rewrote it to put Cesaro in that spot. The fact that Daniel Bryan's knee kept getting hurt throughout the match, I would have brought it down to basically I would have had Jey Uso be the last one eliminated before Cesaro and Bryan. So what I would probably have done is King Corbin still gets eliminated first because I don't know. I didn't think he fit in that spot anyway.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he was just thrown in that spot. He's still a good heel. Still has a spare spot on the roster on SmackDown, but yeah, just something to put him in to keep him in the mid to somewhat upper card level. So, anyways, go ahead.
So this is how I would have set it up. After that, so now Owens and Jey Uso, they have their beef. They're fighting in a corner. So at that point, Sami Zayn comes up on him, gets him to a position where they're both leaning against each other in the corner. Sami Zayn goes for the Luva kick on both of them. Owens moves out of the way. Jey eats the whole boot. Owens gets back, grabs Zayn, hits him with a stunner, and then pins Jey Uso. Gets him eliminated. While he's waving at basically Jey Uso getting eliminated because in his thought, I Bryan and Cesaro mess with each other. I'm good because Uso's down. Uso goes for a quick roll up. Owens kicks out. Cesaro nails Cesaro nails Uso with the forearm. Bryan comes in with a running knee, pins and gets Owens eliminated. Jey Uso now is up against Bryan and Cesaro. Jey Uso goes for the frog splash like he does. Daniel Bryan gets his knees up like he did that time. Locks him in the yes lock. Jey Uso taps out. Now Bryan's limping. As him and Cesaro go after it, back and forth, and then
Jey Uso didn't tap out.
No, but I'm rewriting it. This is how I would rewrite.
Oh, sorry. Okay, okay, but my bad. I was.
Yeah, I'm redoing it. I'm redoing it to Cesaro.
You said that. My bad. I had to bring it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. The only reason I want him to tap out to Bryan, by the way, is because that will piss Roman Reigns off. That would really piss Roman Reigns off.
More so, yes.
Even more so, to where he would make basically Jey Uso fight Daniel Bryan again, and I think that's kind of a good idea. Now it's Bryan. Cesaro gets Bryan into the giant swing with a single leg, and when he drops him, he puts him in a single leg crab. Bryan doesn't tap out. He basically knocks out essentially. Cesaro pins him and wins. That way, Cesaro's in a decent health to go on to face Reigns. Reigns is going to still win, but it's not going to be a minute match. It's probably going to be about 8 to 9 minute match. You get more of a back and forth, like when Reigns goes for a spear, he eats an uppercut kind of thing. And I think the ending situation should be is when Cesaro goes for his mid rope forearm uppercut, he gets speared in midair for the win. That's how I would have rewrote that whole sequence.
Yeah. You wrote that pretty quick, too.
Well, it's kind of like, to me, I want to break it up a little bit because I like the fact that Owens is still going to be taunting Jey Uso as a kind of a middle finger to Roman Reigns. I want the fact that Jey Uso has to tap to Daniel Bryan to where it irritates Roman Reigns more, to where on SmackDown, the following SmackDown, he's going to have to face Daniel Bryan again, but also move Cesaro up the card. So it accomplishes those things.
Yeah. Well, to everybody out there who's wanting Roman Reigns to be a heel for so long, he's a hell of a good heel. I mean, he was a heel
really good
a lot of years ago. I mean, he's just I can't stand him, but that's a good thing. I mean, I wasn't a fan of him when he was a babyface, but I mean, he's a good talent. Absolutely, makes a great heel. I mean, he makes you want to wish that he gets his ass kicked every damn night. Seriously.
Yeah, so he comes across like an arrogant prick, which is working for his character.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.